Oh,
Hi friends, welcome to this week's class of Dead Funny University. I am your host and fellow student Kelsey, and today we are talking about Animal Crossing! For most of you, this is probably a nostalgia game, and there's all kinds of feelings about like when you looked at this when you were kids and stuff, and I didn't play this.
Woo.
And
Imagine
fortunately,
that.
yeah, everybody's shocked at this point that I am unaware of some part of normal pop culture. Moving on. To help us learn this week,
Imagine that!
is mocking me. He's also our visiting professor. Visiting? Really? We're just going to call you like Professor Emeritus. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to give you tenure at some point.
I would fucking hope so. Jesus Christ.
How you doing, Chris?
I remember whenever the show got pitched, it was, I'll be the student, and then we'll just have a series of rotating casts be the teacher.
Uh-huh. We've had two. We've had two other people teach.
Three.
We've had Cody too. Yeah, we have had 3 people.
Out of the year's worth of content,
yep,
we've had 3 people teach one show apiece. One show apiece.
Yeah.
Anyways, Animal Crossing. So I should start off with saying Animal Crossing, I played it, liked it a lot, the first one. I've not played the series since then. I was never really a big fan of handheld games.
You're a terrible teacher. You only have version 1 knowledge?
So here's where things are going to kind of hit you slap in the face. I told you before we got on, it's probably going to be a short DFU. There is no story to Animal Crossing. There legitimately is no story to this game at all.
Dear viewers, if there's a story in any of the later ones,
there's not.
Put it in the comments. Yell at Chris.
There's literally not.
Do that thing.
So, no story in Animal Crossing whatsoever. But, what I will say is that when I played the first one, I really, really enjoyed it, and had a lot of good fun with it. But it is your basic kind of real life simulator, just all nice and cartoony. That's literally what it is. It's like your Stardew Valleys, just without all the farming.
Still haven't played Stardew Valley. Now, real fast, are you going to give me a quiz to start this whole thing off, or are you just going to start telling me about this?
I'm going to give you a quiz. I just was getting that part out there.
Wanted to cut you off in case you're about to jump into it.
Trust me, I spent today making my fucking 10 questions. God damn it, you're going to answer them. All right.
Beautiful.
So, who is the main character of Animal Crossing?
Joe.
Sure. Who runs Nook's Cranny?
A very old lady with a twinkle in her eye.
What do the Abel sisters do?
They pick blueberries.
Who takes you from the mainland to the tropical island?
Joe.
All right. Well, you got all 5 of those wrong. Oh, wait.
Good.
No, I only gave you 4. How did I skip one? What is the name of the currency in Animal Crossing?
Dots.
So, anyways, Animal Crossing, right? This video game we're talking about.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing came out in 2001, and it started on the GameCube. It was originally released in Japan a couple months before. They actually had like a lot of translation issues whenever they were trying to port it over for American users. But basically, Animal Crossing is a real-life simulator. You are a human that shows up, and you are the main character. Like, there is no name for your character besides what you choose to name your character. And your character is actually the only human living in a village full of animals. So they're humanoid animals. They walk around, talk, just like you, da-da-da-da-da, but it's all cartoony. So they look like little chibi characters all around the screen. You're greeted by a raccoon named Tom Nook, who runs Nook's Cranny, not an old lady with a twinkle in her eye. But you're greeted by Tom Nook, who kind of shows you the ropes and gets you started. Tom Nook's shop is mainly used. It's one of the main shops used, but it's mainly used for creating and decorating and building your house. This game is basically like real life. You go around, you do shit, you do odd jobs and shit like that, like catching bugs and all this other shit to turn it in for bells, which is the currency in this game.
Aha.
To then spend that currency to upgrade your house or buy cool furniture or new carpeting or wallpaper. It literally is just a real life simulator to an extent, obviously. Although one of the cool things that I always thought was pretty funny about the game is that your animal neighbors can actually get infested with fleas.
Yeah. Well, so can your human neighbors, so...
Which I thought was funny. So you can run up to them, like they'll be running around with their arms flailing in the air, and you take your bug net and like hit them with it, and then they're all like, "Did you just capture a flea off of me?" Yeah, you can actually capture.
Are they offended when they ask that, or are they grateful?
No, they're grateful afterwards because they're all like, "Oh, I'm so itchy" and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
Did you just capture a flea off of me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, the long and skinny of it, that's Animal Crossing, but it's more along the lines of like all the cool stuff that you can do in the game because they have tons of different seasons that come through, all these different festivals. It's a lot like Stardew, once again, without the farming. So basically, one of the cool things that I really liked is that whenever they had the original, and once again, I've only played the one on the GameCube, they kind of did this thing where there was an island and it wasn't that well known of. And if you would go down to the sea on certain days, there would be this turtle down there, which looked like a kappa. I don't know if you know what a kappa is or not. Okay. No? So kappa is actually from Japanese mythology. And basically they're the turtles that have these holes in the top of their head. And it's like a little water pond in the holes. Yeah, they're like little kappas is what they're called. And they're from they're a mythological creature from Japan, which is pretty cool. But I always thought that was cool because if you think about it, Kappa is kind of where the name Koopa came from Mario.
Ah, neat.
Right? There you go. Mm-hmm. Full circle. Anyways, his name is Cap'n. Kappn. Captain. Because he's the captain of the ship. And he takes you from the main island to the actual tropical island. Yeah, little Captain. And that was my favorite guy. I liked him. He was cool. That was my dude. But yeah, like I said, I mean, there's really not too much to this game. One of my favorite aspects of the game was that whenever you started to really get a lot of cool ass things for your house done, you started to unlock secret things that you could buy, like cooler collectibles and shit like that. And one of my favorite things to buy was you had to order them from the catalog because they were special, and it would take a little while for them to show up, and then you get a little notification in your mailbox saying, hey, your item has showed up to the store. So you would go pick it up, and they were little NESs. Do you know what an NES is?
I thought I did, but now I'm not confident.
It's an older Nintendo console?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first...
it's the big square one.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Like the first Donkey Kong and all that came out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
So you would go pick up these little NESs, and you would put them in your house, and you could actually play, that was at random which one it would be, you could actually play old school Nintendo games.
Oh, that is so neat.
Yep. So I had my entire basement was just completely blank with tables, and the tables were all just filled with these NESs all the way around. So I had Donkey Kong, Balloon Fighter, like all these old school ass Nintendo games all down in my basement. I would just go down there and fucking play. And it would take over your screen just like that. You would be in the middle of playing a fucking NES game, or you're playing Animal Crossing. As soon as you clicked on the NES, it would literally your screen would turn black, and then it would play the actual screen of the game. It wasn't like a little arcade screen or anything. You could literally just play the originals. I thought that was always pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then that's the picture that I sent for you, so that way you can kind of get a look of what they all look like, kind of like stuff like that. That's what your character looks like, the little humans. And then Tom Nook for sure is in there. I don't really know most of these other characters because this is from New Horizons Animal Crossing, so it's a newer one. Although the yellow bitch in the background, she's in Smash Bros. And she's a bitch. I hate her so much.
Do you hate her in Smash Bros. Or do you hate her in the game?
I hate her in Smash Bros. I don't think I've met her in the game.
Okay.
But yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons, that's the title screen that we were looking at. But yeah, so that way you can kind of understand what they all look like. There's Tom Nook and his two little sons. They ended up helping him run the store and stuff like that later on in the game and shit, which I thought was pretty cool. The Nook boys.
Oh, how cute.
Right. And there's just tons of like cool creatures that just they all have their own their daily little lives just going on doing their shit. Like for instance, one of my favorite things to do was that you could make your own clothes.
Oh, neat.
So if you went down to the store at the bottom called the Able Sisters Tailor, and they were tailors, it was 3 hedgehog sisters, and they would tailor clothes. And you could do whatever you wanted to on them. And it was actually funny because a lot of my friends would play this with me because I was the only person that had a GameCube. So they would come over and we'd all take turns on our own, because you can only have one person playing at a time. We'd all take turns on our own world. And what was funny is that we were all in the same world. You could have up to, I believe it was 4, but maybe 6 players in one world, but you could only play one person at a time. So like you would be living in the same cul-de-sac. All your houses would be next to each other.
Oh, cool.
And so you could see their house, and if they didn't lock their house, no, they couldn't lock their house. You can go in their house. Yeah, it just would read their sign that everybody could like put a sign on. So
Yeah.
I can't remember what. Or I think mine was just like, "Don't touch my stuff because you know it's mine," or some shit like that. My grandmother got heavy into this game. My grandmother, and her sign was, "If the house is a rockin', don't come a knockin'."
Oh my gosh.
That was literally my grandmother's sign.
Your grandmother's a joy.
She is. I love her to death. But my buddy Tim was playing. Well, yeah. Anyways, my buddy Tim was playing. And we had a bet a long time ago where we were playing a Dragon Ball Z game. And I was really, really good at it. And he wasn't. And so we made a bet that he could pick whatever character he wanted me to play, and I would still win. And he picked like the worst characters he could think of in the game, like Yamcha and Yajirobe, because they're all fucking weak. And I still won. And we had bet $10 on it. Well, back then we were fucking kids, we didn't have fucking money. So I made a suit, because if you made a suit, you could pay them to put it on display on their front mannequin. And so whenever he got on, he went down to the Able Sisters to go make a new outfit. And he just saw this suit that looked like a big, gigantic green $10 bill. And in the middle of it just said Tim's Money. And so I was just walking around every time he was over watching me play wearing an outfit that just said Tim's Money on it. And it looked like a $10 bill. I kept that joke going for a pretty fucking long time, honestly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But
Okay, so it sounds like a game where your whole function is to run around and experience and explore and find little things that they've hidden in the game to surprise and entertain you.
yeah,
And it's supposed to be a real life simulator, but in a wonder and exploratory way, not in a if you are too stupid near this river, you're gonna fall and drown and end everything.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you can actually die in the game. There's no like hazards or anything like that.
So that's actually one of my questions, was whether or not there were any enemies or anything that you had to fight. It sounds like the answer is no.
Nope.
Okay, no hostiles. Now, is there romance in the game?
There's friendship. There's not romance, because you're a human and they're animals.
All right.
So yeah, that'd be a little weird. But yes, friendships. You can do friendships, and I think once you get somebody like on a good friendship, you have like a little bit more of like flirtier conversations. But that's as far as it ever got, at least in the first one. I don't think there's romances in the new ones either, but I could be wrong. Although one character, the main character, everybody hated in the game. Like, okay, let's put it this way. What is the main thing that can make you hate an NPC when you play a game?
They're extremely annoying.
And what are they doing that's annoying?
Making a bunch of annoying noise, usually.
All right.
Or stealing from me.
Imagine a game where you turn off, or you go to the home screen, or you just leave it alone and it idles and then it turns off by itself. And then whenever you get back on the game and you go to walk out of your house, the screen starts to shake, and then a little mole pops out of the ground with a construction hat and overalls and a pickaxe, and he yells at you for no less than 5 minutes. He can go anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, and you can't leave this dialogue whatsoever. and his name is Rossetti, and he is there to yell at you for not saving the game properly before you got off. It's literally his
Nope.
entire job.
Nope. Would hate that. I would absolutely hate that.
Literally his entire job is to just yell at you for not saving the game appropriately.
Wow. I mean, I get the game developers' logic. Like, if we penalize them afterwards, then they won't screw it up. But man,
Oh, it happened so many times.
oh, that's terrible.
Now, there were even a couple times where I would turn it on and my screen would start shaking. I would just turn the game back off. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this today.
I do not have the emotional
I'll deal with
capacity
Rossetti
to
later.
deal with Rossetti's shit.
Yeah, I'll deal with Rossetti later. Fuck him. Apparently, he actually made kids cry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
he was that emotionally damaging. Holy crap.
Because they would make his words like really big on the screen and stuff, and it was very easy for you to see that he was yelling at you, and apparently it would make like little kids cry whenever they were playing the game.
Whoa. Yeah. All right. Somebody did not think through.
They actually had, I mean, he doesn't look like a scary character, but you know, he's a little mole. That's all he is, and stuff like that. But it's funny because they actually had like a difficult talk about like, will we actually add Rossetti in the newest game due to that?
Because he was so deeply hated.
As you can see from that artwork that I had showed you, this game obviously caters to a younger audience.
Yeah.
So.
And he may still be a useful character, just tone him back a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a dick.
Since there are animals and humans, and just real fast, you told me that you can name yourself whatever. Is there a canon name for the person?
No. They literally is you get in and they ask you what your name is and it brings it up for you to name it and it's blank.
Okay, so there's no canon. Got it.
Correct.
Now, animals, humans living together, creating a community together, is there any kind of magic system that's described or depicted at all? Or is it just, we don't ask questions about this, we just move forward?
I don't think that there's any, it's no ask questions, just move forward. I don't think that there was a lot of deep thought behind this game or anything like that whatsoever. As literally a scene from the first game. That's the one that I played. You would come out of your house and then he'd pop up right there.
And yell at you.
And yell at you for 5 minutes at least.
You say he looks very grumpy.
Yeah, he is very grumpy. Yep. And it would go and it would go and it would go. Oh, that's right. Whenever they made the thought of where they were going to add him in, there's actually a resetting section or a resetting something in the game. Because I actually looked this up before we did the DFU because I wondered actually myself if Rossetti was in the newer games. And there's actually this resetting station that you have to build it at some point because it helps you progress further in the game. And he actually doesn't show up until then. So you actually do play a good, decent chunk of the game without him being there. So, yeah.
Now that I can see his name being reset and his argument is stop resetting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting interesting name convention there.
Good old Rossetti.
So you said this was a GameCube original. Did it go to other platforms?
So it's still only on Nintendo, but it went from GameCube to, 2DS, 3DS, Wii and shit like that. And then the newest one that either just came out or is about to come out, which is why we're doing the DFU.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. But either way,
it's about to come out. It hasn't come out yet.
Okay. The new one that's about to come out is going to be on the Switch.
Got it. Okay. So Nintendo only.
Yep.
Got it. And since there's no hostiles, my guess is there's no significant weapons or anything like that in the game. So does your character have anything that, other than their humanness, that is unique to them?
Not really. In the first one, and it doesn't seem like it's like that in the other ones, but in the first one, they had horns. That was always the weirdest thing. They had horns.
The person had horns?
Yeah, the person had horns. And I'm not sure what that was all about. I never was able to find something about it. Like, I'm actually looking at this Rossetti picture right now, and I'll shoot it to you. But this is literally, I mean, besides the outfit the guy's wearing, but this is literally exactly what you looked like if you were a guy in the game. You can see those two big horns coming out of his head. Your character, like, had horns. So, I don't know what the hell that was all about, but, yeah.
That's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
What in the world? Huh. Now, the music of Animal Crossing, was there any music or any songs
There
that
is,
like
but
people really enjoyed?
it's kind of like a Minecraft type. It's
Okay.
just synthless music in the background. That's just meant to
Well,
be peaceful type
people
though.
genuinely enjoy Minecraft's
Oh,
music
for
and will
sure. I do
actually
too.
play like
I do
the
too.
sunsetting one
Yeah.
to fall asleep.
Yeah. I have definitely enjoyed Minecraft's music. But yeah, I mean, like I said, nothing too crazy with that. Although one thing that I will say it's kind of cool is like, I know they at least did it for Zelda, and I think there was some Mario stuff too, like little Easter eggs, if you will, because you can actually get Makar's Leaf, which is a little Deku person in Zelda, and then you can also get Tingle's hat, which is another person in Zelda, and then I believe that at one point you can get Mario's hat as like a wearable item.
So, do you get these things from like crafting, or do you get these things from exploring or making friends? Like, how do you end up with some of these more interesting collectibles?
So sometimes it actually like is a collectible situation where you're actually collecting things and then you get it as a reward, and then other times it's situations where it actually is like crafting it or buying it. They're all, yeah. It just depends on the item itself.
So, it sounds like you can help your character develop varying sets of skills in the game. You mentioned farming, you mentioned decorating
No,
your
I said there's
house.
no farming.
There is no farming.
That's the
Okay,
difference
sorry.
between that and Stardew.
In Stardew Valley.
Right.
Okay, got it. So there's no farming, so you're
Mm-hmm.
building and decorating a house, but my guess is this feels very different than Sims.
Yep.
What else can you do?
Not really a lot. I mean, there really isn't a lot to this game.
Okay,
It
this is
pretty
a game
much
for
is you're just
kids.
wanting to upgrade your house. Da, 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 da. It's pretty much just to sit down and just waste your time. Like you don't even build your house; you buy the upgrade. You go to sleep. You wake up the next day. Your house is upgraded.
Okay,
Type
so you're
deal.
making friends and you're decorating a house.
Yeah, and then there will be like like quests and stuff to do. Like go collect this much of this for me, or go do this. Like I said, as a kid, it was a fun game. As an adult, I don't think I'd play it.
Maybe not so much.
Yeah, I don't think I would play it. I
A
mean,
little
I
mind-numbing.
think if I was around somebody that had it, the new Animal Crossing on the Switch, that when it comes out, I would try it out just to see how much it's changed since I played it back in
Yeah.
2001. But as far as like, oh, I'm buying this game, that's not happening. I'm sorry, it's not. Nothing against Animal Crossing. It's just, it's not a game that I would play.
It's not worth your money
No,
at this point. Yeah.
no. There are other games out there where I have to do the whole buying shit and stuff like that and surviving, and it actually has hostiles and stuff like that, which have my attention. Like Don't Starve Together, which is a fantastic game that everybody should go play. Yeah.
Now, does this game have any sequels or prequels or anything like that, or just the remakes for the different?
Just well, it's not necessarily remakes. They are considered like sequels, but once again, there's no
Okay.
story.
There's
So
no
it's just like
story. It's
this
just
is
the
the
same
next
game.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
Okay.
might
Got it.
add new characters and new places and different kinds of like additions, and like I even that picture I sent you looks like somebody's living in a tent, which wasn't a thing before. So yeah, more shit that you can do, more seasonal activities, like fucking dances and stuff, and picnics and barbecues, like different shit for you to do, and like little mini games. But you can go fishing and shit like that. I don't think you can chop down trees. Maybe you can. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. It's been a long
Okay.
time since I played the first one.
And it sounds like, well, actually, are there any other media adaptations? Sounds like nobody's made an Animal Crossing movie. I know that there's an Animal
Oh.
Crossing run um, in the Wii U version of Mario Kart.
I mean, besides stretching out to other Nintendo games, not really. And making guest
Okay.
appearances, like I said, that one chick is definitely in Smash Bros. And then they also do have the villager in Smash Bros. As well, which is the name of your character. Because
Okay. So
there's, yeah. So they have
they
branched out
make
into
up,
other games.
yeah, they make pop-up appearances
Mm-hmm.
for the nostalgia value, but they aren't necessarily. Okay.
Right.
Got it. Got it. That makes sense. Now, you mentioned the Able Sisters or the Taylors,
Uh-huh.
and you mentioned Tom Nook runs Nook's Cranny. Are
Correct.
there any other significant villagers that you can think of that I should know about?
Not really. I mean, there's just tons of different villagers. There's a lot. I
Well,
just
that
don't
and
remember
Rossetti,
a
I
lot of
suppose.
the names. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the names. And then that
Okay.
last picture I showed you is actually my car. That's actually from Zelda, but his little leaf face is an actual unlockable item you can get and wear that on your
Neat.
character.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a little stick guy. It's a race in Zelda. They're called the Deku. A little tree people.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
I like
cool.
him. He was actually a secret, and he's only in Wind Waker, but he was actually a secret character that you would find him different places, and it was actually like a secret unlockable. So he'd be secret places like playing music, and you would hear the music, and you would try to hunt him down to find him, and he'd give you a token, and
Awesome.
then he would leave. Yeah, I liked him a lot. Love Makar. I was like, look at him. He's so cute, little guy.
He's adorable.
Anyways.
Is there anything else that you can think of that I absolutely need to know about Animal Crossing?
Not really. I think we just about covered it all.
All right, then I think I am ready for my final quiz.
Sweet. So, starting from the beginning. Who is the main character of Animal Crossing?
You!
Who runs Nook's Cranny?
Tom Nook, a raccoon.
What is the name of the currency in Animal Crossing?
Bells.
What do the Able sisters do?
They tailor clothes.
Who takes you from the mainland to the tropical island?
Cap'n.
Captain. How many kids does Tom Nook have?
2.
What happens if you shut down Animal Crossing incorrectly?
Rossetti shows up and screams at you and makes you cry.
Yep. When did Animal Crossing release? Or what year?
2001 on the GameCube.
What console did Animal Crossing start on?
GameCube!
What is a neat feature that they added into the first game? Like the overall unique feature that was added into the first game.
Seasons?
No, we briefly touched on it. It had to do with something that I dedicated the entire bottom of my house to. I know that question was kind of broad.
Yeah. No, I would have gotten it if you'd worded it differently. That was the purchasing of the NES games, and then you were basically playing other older games.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. As I asked the question, I was like, that's a little broad. So
I was like, there's a lot of neat things here. I don't know.
But yeah, there you go. That's Animal Crossing for you. Like I said, nothing too crazy about it. No story. It's just one of those nice time wasters. It's just like Stardew Valley. It's a nice time wasting site. I mean, a lot of people say Stardew Valley has a story, but it doesn't. I mean, you get told that your grandpa passed away, so he gave you your farm, and now you just farm. Like that's Stardew Valley. Like it's not a real story to Stardew Valley. It's just a time wasting game that a lot of people like and a lot of people are into, and I'm one of those. I like Stardew Valley. It's a very fun game. And it's a lot more fun with friends, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's just a wholesome game, and this one at least is mostly for kids, and they can explore and they can have fun and they can find things, and you know nothing bad's gonna happen to them unless they don't shut it down correctly. In which case they're gonna cry and need to go to counseling.
Exactly.
Because a mole yelled at them. Poor things.
Oh man, haunts my dreams.
I now have a new thing that I should go as for Halloween. I should go as Rossetti.
Yeah, Rossetti sucks.
Well, that will do it for our class on Animal Crossing, everyone. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and please turn on the notifications so you know when to come to class. If you have any recommendations for Dead Funny University classes you'd like to see, please throw those in the comments below. I will see them. I will respond. I will, possibly move forward with your suggestions if it's something that we can do and we can find an expert on. So please feel free to let me know what you'd like us to talk about. If I already know about it, it's not going to be a class. It may just be a study group where we talk about it, because I can't fake ignorance. I'm either ignorant or I know things. I have no in between. Either way, please come and interact with us in the comments below. We do genuinely want you down there and telling us what you have to say and what you think. We also have Twitch links and Twitter links down there as well, in case you'd rather reach out to us on those platforms. But at the end of all this, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next class. Bye, friends.